all the money that we make, everything goes back to the businesses. Like we spend so much money for all our businesses, for all our people, from everybody that's part of the company, employees, agents. We make it an amazing experience being part of the companies. We never really spend money for us. Everything we do is for the company. Hey guys, welcome back to Driven Couples, and I'm here with my lovely wife. I got you a massage yesterday, couples massage. So like, you should feel good.
I heard massages are bad when you feel sick.
Oh yeah, they are. They make you worse.
Yeah.
I told you that, but you didn't care.
I didn't care.
So like, I didn't even want the massage. I did it for you.
Thank you.
But yeah, guys, yesterday it was like 3 o'clock. We went to see Dr. Crane, our baby doctor. What do they call those doctors?
I don't even know.
They're not gynecologists, right?
Not gynecologists.
Gynecologists. So what do they call them? So it's
our baby doctor. No, that's when they're born.
The doctor that pulls out the baby. The midwife. So Dr. Crane, he's delivered Kim Kardashian's kids, Grant Cardone's kids, China's kids, Beyonce's kids, and I could go on and on. But he is the best. He is the best. Do I restart that, Anthony? Or we're good? No, you're recording, right? So he is the best of the best. So he's obviously expensive, and insurance doesn't cover him. Insurance doesn't cover a lot of things, especially the great things in life. So we went there, and then I told Syl, hey Syl, let's like, what do you want to do? What do we do? And we work so hard all the time that she's like, well, what do we? I was thinking a couples massage or something. So we just. After that,
well, I missed the last one.
Yeah.
Remember, we were preparing for our Christmas party.
So this is what you do when you're a total badass and you got fucking money to spend. Okay, so we went there and we so when people are saying $67 for Driven Academy, so we went there and spent like $1,500 more or less. We went there and got a couples massage, 90 minutes. So this time we wanted to go there early and actually spend some money for ourselves, because all the money that we make, everything goes back to the businesses. Like we spend so much money for all our businesses, for all our people, from everybody that's part of the company, employees, agents. We make it an amazing experience being part of the companies. We never really spend money for us. Everything we do is for the company, not for us. So long story short, we're always running from place to place. Always we have to meeting deadlines, rushing from place to place. And I tell Syl, let's just go there early. So we get there 2 hours early before our couples massage, and she says, well, let's just enjoy the spa. We never have the spa experience. So we get there, and I put my little cover up. What do they call that?
A robe.
I put my robe on, and I get a champagne glass. She gets a champagne glass, and we go there and we sit in the little sofa. We chill, and we're still working. We took our laptops, so we have our laptops, and I'm working. I'm on my phone the whole time. We're talking, having some champagne, and we had a great time. And then we have the couples massage, and then after that we had a dinner. And yeah, the massage, $1,000 for 2 people, and then like $500 for dinner. I had a hamburger. So we had a great time. But that's what you do when you have money to spend. Like people say, money's not everything. Money's not important. Money is very important. Money fixes almost everything except death, or if you catch something that a illness that's gonna kill you, then obviously you can't. Health is number one. But then if you're healthy, if you're alive, why not go and make it the best life? Why not go and spend money to get better? I just had Bryant. We did a podcast, me and Bryant. 22-year-old making $300,000 his first year. And then a year ago, he was a busboy, a waiter at a restaurant, having 2 jobs, making $60K with both jobs combined. Now he's making $300K. So this shows you how your life can change and how you could have a dream life. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter how old you are. You got to start now. So me and Syl, we have an incredible life. We live in Bel Air. We used to live in Beverly Hills. We always upgrade. Every year, we commit to doubling what we're doing. Every year is better for us. Every year has been better and better for us for the last 10 years. We've built an empire. mortgage guys has been in business and operating active for 10 years. So people have been saying, Albert is faking it. Albert is this. Haters been waiting for me to fail. And guess what? 10 years active in business, little bitches. So TMG has been active in business 10 years. Now, you might be asking, well, what's the second oldest company, Albert? Ambiance Realty. Active in business 8 years. You might be asking, well, what's the third company, Albert? What's the third oldest company? Driven Enterprises, 7 years. 7 years. What's the newest company? Have you been doing anything recently? Conquer Escrow, 1 year in business, my friends. So, having said that, yes, I do drive $1 million Ferrari SF90, and yes, it feels fucking amazing. And every time I get in that car, I feel like $1 billion. That is my dream car. I work so hard for it. And I started driving Ferraris 8 years ago. 8 years driving Ferraris. Nothing ain't going anywhere, my friends. So we are blessed. We are growing all our companies. I am more motivated than ever. I feel amazing. And life is beautiful. And we haven't flown commercial in 3 years. We've been flying private for 3 years. I don't even know what it feels to fly commercial. And guys, I'm not here saying this to brag. I'm hoping that this is going to help you guys understand who we are, where we came from nothing. Syl was born in Zacatecas. I grew up in the hood, Echo Park, drug dealing, shootings, and didn't even learn to speak English till I was 6. Had a horrible accent, 1.8 GPA, all through high school, dropped out of college, and everybody made fun of me. Everybody said, you're never going to make anything in life. You're not going to be anything in life. I didn't get a degree, and all my buddies that I grew up with got their degrees. And now, they're doing good, making their 60K, 80K, 100K, whatever they're making. And we have created an empire where we're making millions and millions of dollars and helping other people make millions in the company. And we want to share all those secrets with you. And we want to share how we are able to thrive right now, because we don't rely on one source of income. We created many sources of income. We created a lot of businesses, and we've made great investments, if I can leave it like that are helping us right now thrive even in this economy. So a big part of that is communication. Communication with your wife or your spouse or your
partners,
or your novio, or your
you're in business
your
obviously.
What do they call it? People that have a secret other girl on the side. What do they call that?
Sanchez.
Let me have it. Your side chick. Like, communication is very important. So thank you. So it's very important to communicate in business and personal so that you guys can win, especially in the big leagues. So one thing that I want to start with, Syl, and I want you to you could add something to it after, but one thing that really helps is you got a headache, huh?
Yeah, it went away.
Yeah, it went away. Perfect. That's what I like to hear. Solutions. Italia says solutions. So one thing that is key to this is the communication, and we've gotten better and better, where you don't throw at me shit that doesn't belong to me, and I don't throw shit to you that doesn't belong to you. I'm in charge of sales, growth, recruiting, marketing, and she's very, very, very great at operations. Even though she doesn't like operations, she's great at it. But you need to learn how to like and love the things that you hate. And you got to do them over and over and over again, and they become habits. They become just something else that you got to do in life. You wake up and you do the same thing over and over and over again. It becomes so easy. So I want to tell you that you are super amazing with operations. Like, you know how to organize anything. You know how to operate everything. You know how to plan things. You know how to give direction and lead people. And remember that people are not. You cannot compare.
Pay attention. That's
you cannot
the real
compare.
problem in life.
You cannot compare people to you, because or else you would be working for those people. So you are very amazing and great at that. And you decided to become a business owner and take on that position that you are. And you do a great job at it. The only thing you need to work on is a little bit more patience. But you are amazing in that. I let you handle your business. You let me handle my business. And same thing at home. At home, I don't get in the way of her roles, and she doesn't get in the way of my roles. Her roles are the kids. She decides, are the kids going to get vaccines? Are the kids going to go to school? Are the kids who's going to be the nanny? What are they allowed to watch? What can they do? What can they do? She decides on that. I don't get in the way. Do I sometimes butt in and give my input because I get mad over certain things, or I'm not 100% in line with them? Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's her decision. And just like that, in business, like when we make decisions to scale and grow investments, it's my decision. She respects that. And remember, guys, you can't do one without. If you got a stupid girlfriend, dump her. Don't be around her. don't listen to her because she could fuck up your life. And same with girls. Girls, you got a stupid boyfriend, dump him, kick him out. Like, a dumbass boyfriend can ruin your life. So make sure that you pick the right person, because it's very important to pick the right person, because if not, that person can drown you. So having said that, guys, we've built something and we've grown together. 10 years ago, I was not the same Albert. I was not the same CEO. She was not the same Syl. She was not the same COO. And we have learned every year and gotten better every year. But that's how we communicate. We know our roles, and I don't butt in her roles. She doesn't butt in my roles. So Syl, maybe what can you add to that? And what do you think makes us very powerful, where no matter what gets thrown at us, we always figure out a way to thrive in any economy?
Well, it's interesting because this morning I was looking at Instagram and I saw this post that was it had a ton of views, and I don't even know who the gentleman was, but he was explaining how he's talked to 6 billionaires and a couple multimillionaires, and he said, what's the one piece of advice you would give the world, basically? And the advice was, be careful who you marry. And I was like, so true. And why? What is the reason for that, right? Not only because they can take 50% of whatever you guys build together, that's one thing, but secondly, when you're at your lowest points in life, lowest, when you, whatever, every failure is part of success. It comes hand in hand with, success. You have to fail. That's how you learn and that's how you grow. And obviously that person that you're with when things don't go exactly right is the person that's either going to be like, oh, you're an idiot, or they're going to be like, oh, okay, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, how are we pivoting? What's the plan? Rather than making you feel worse than you might already be feeling, right? But again, comes down to the same thing as us, for example, being in business together, we kind of grew together. So communication, I think, is key. And for example, me, I just like to be in control of every single detail because the details make the big picture work. And sometimes when you miss a tiny little detail, like when people don't pay attention to very specific directions, it sets us back a day or so, or, hours, whatever. And that's why giving people, I try my best for it to be very, very, very specific, but everybody understands things in their own from a place of wherever they stand, their own perspective. So, yeah, I mean, I'm still trying to figure out what went wrong this morning with the very specific directions that I gave. And I don't like making mistakes. I don't like starting all over again, wasting time fixing something when if you would have just listened, it would have been perfect and we would be moving on to the next thing. Because more than always, we always have a ton of things piled up because we move so fast and we continue to go forward no matter what's going on, that there's always new things to handle. And, proper planning is important. So listening, proper direction. So for us, I would say it's the communication and having the same goals in common. A lot of people don't even know what they want themselves. So for us, for our companies, for our kids, we both know exactly where we're going. And I think that is the number one key to being successful together. I'm not saying we're perfect either, because sometimes he does get on my nerves, and it's normal in a relationship. And as you grow, because how long have we been together? 14 years now? Married since 2013.
How long have we been having sex, or how long have we been...
well, you start dating someone, and then you become... Why would you say that? And then you become official. But... married 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Damn, we've been married a long time.
Yeah, and it was a forced marriage. We didn't get married because we wanted to get married. Now I want to get married with you.
Oh.
But it was a forced marriage. We'll tell that story later. But we had to get married for some reason. So that
new.
was, huh?
That's new.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that when we want to talk about that. But guys, if you have any questions here from the Zoom, if you have any questions live, you want to get live on video with us, ask us questions, comment there, and put your question there. That way we could call on you. Now, one thing that Syl said right now that is big is the big picture and the details. I hate details. I don't like details. I don't care about details.
You're not good at details.
I'm not good at details, and I can care less about details. But I am the big picture. So I say and I cast the vision. This is the big picture, and then she handles all the details.
Yeah.
And that's what makes us very powerful together. It's you're not. Everybody's gonna be strong and weak at different things. So we discovered very fast, like, hey, you're good at these things, I'm good at these things. You're gonna handle these things, and I'm gonna handle these things. And I let her be, and she lets me be. And remember, you can't have both. You can't have one without the other one. Because I'll give you an example. If I wasn't around, we wouldn't have business. We wouldn't have agents. We wouldn't have production. And well, could we have a little bit? Yeah, probably, but not the same. There is nobody like me with a vision like this. And also with let's say Driven, there wouldn't be anybody on in the audience.
Well, in relationships, it's a lot of different elements to make something
well,
work.
we wouldn't have, if we do a Driven event without me, we wouldn't have anybody in the audience. It would be empty. So then Syl would have nobody there to plan, nobody there to organize, nobody there to do anything. Same thing with business. In business, if there's no agents, if there's no production, there's nobody to manage. There's nobody to operate. So an operator like Syl needs a visionary like me. And together you make a powerful couple. And the roles, you handle your roles, I handle my roles, but you got to have both. So questions, guys, comment the questions, give us your questions. But guys, if you're going to start a business, you have to have an end in line. So one book that I read that I want to recommend to all of you is Build to Sell. Build to Sell. Read that book, Build to Sell, because any business that you start, you got to have an exit plan. Meaning, you want to start a business with the anticipation of selling that business for X amount of dollars. So you start a business. I'm going to start this business. I'm going to sell it for $1 billion. I'm going to start this business. I'm going to sell it for 50 million. Or I'm going to sell it for 100 million. But you have to have an exit plan. Because if you build a business with no exit plan, with no plan to selling your business, then you might as well work for a company, because it's the same thing. You're just opening a business to give yourselves a job. And when you build a business to sell, communication has to be big. You got to communicate, and you have to have the right people in line, in place, so that you can grow that business. We winged it when we started. I don't think that's the right book, but we'll put it later. But when you start a business, you got to have the blueprint. So we have the blueprint that we want to share with you guys, and also all the big mistakes. We want to help you avoid those big mistakes. It's okay to make the little mistakes that are going to cost you a little bit of money, because you learn from experience. But we want to avoid you having to make those $1 million mistakes that could put you out of business, that could have put us out of business. But we had reserves. We had a lot of money there to help us. And where was the money? We bought real estate. We started investing in properties, and we sold the properties to get that money that we needed to continue to survive and to grow the businesses. We learned so much, and we want to make sure that you guys avoid all these big stress moments that can literally give you a heart attack and kill you. So having said that, Syl, we have a few questions here, but it's about communication. Do you think our communication has gotten a lot better or no?
Yeah, it has. A lot better.
I
think it gets better and better, especially as we have conversations
about. But we think a lot. We think alike a lot.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you're thinking something, and then I tell you something, and you're like, I was just thinking that.
Or vice versa. Yeah, I think that's because when you're both on the same level or similar levels of frequencies, we could just read each other's mind. It's just you become to think like each other and work together to get whatever it is we're trying to do done. So
let's go with the first question. Juan Vera. Let's jump into questions today. Juan Vera, you want to put your video on? Juan Vera. What's up, Juan? I can't hear you. Let me unmute it or unmute it.
There you go. I just unmuted right now. Can you hear me?
Awesome. I could hear you perfectly.
Very good. Hey, thank you, Albert, for having this. I didn't know if I was actually pretty excited to know that we were actually going to have a Zoom because I'm going to be missing the meeting for the 21st. So I guess I'm going to have to do something. If you guys have something in February, I'll be very interested to join that. It was just the 21st was a little too soon. So thank you for having. This is actually a great forum to have. Question. I know that you do real estate and you're jumping into obviously marketing for companies and businesses, product, etc. I own an essential mouth guard and an essential wristband, which is heat detection. So it's very essential right now with what's going on with sports and workforce as an essential item. And I'm interested. I've had this mouth guard already I've had this company for 10 years, by the way. And this particular technology,
congratulations,
this mouth guard for the last 5 years. And I've been doing good. I have it in the military. We're going into Canada. And my goal is to mandate the product in schools, football, anything that's to do with activities in schools, since it is a heat detection mouth guard and it's a boil and bite. I haven't done very much marketing other than mixed martial arts world, which is where I came from. So the question is, I'm interested on your thoughts, and obviously we're working with you. You're very passionate and very driven when it comes to connecting with people on TikTok. And I've just started, and I'm not really familiar with TikTok or any of the marketing. I haven't done much in Instagram. I've done majority of it in Facebook, which is how I got my guerrilla marketing through that side. So I've connected with Gatorade, and I've had really good relationships with Gatorade under a program that I created. It's called the Water Boy program, and we're doing some stuff with some high schools and stuff. I want to do a video, and I want to do marketing on TikTok, and that's really where I think I'm going to be needing a lot of your help on doing a video that will help me create sales.
Yeah.
And guide it to the correct websites that I have. I have 3 websites right now that are currently selling my product. I have it in Best Buy, at the Best Buy stores. I don't have it physically in the stores, but I have it in the apps. I want to get familiar with TikTok and the marketing, and knowing that that you're working with companies. What do you think? How can you add value to something where it's a product that doesn't exist? I'm the only one. There's no competition. I have a patent on this. I have a patent on a wristband, which is what I have right here. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
But it's a wristband. It does the same thing too. It has the same technology, and it's a heat detection wristband. Knowing that it's new, you can't compare me with anything else. Where do you think I should start?
Well, number one thing is, if the Mastermind you can't make it, which you can't, that's perfectly fine. It's going to be available in Driven Academy, so you could watch it. You could watch it there. You could watch it there at a later time, so you won't miss it. We're going to go over marketing this one, and then we're going to have one every month. So every month we're having these masterminds in person. I don't know if you've been to my office, but it's huge. It's big. We have a lot of space, and having said that, Instagram and Facebook are old. They are they're done. Don't spend money on Facebook or Instagram. It's very expensive and it doesn't get you a good ROI. Like, I've tried it, and I did it in 2014. 2014 I did Boost, and I ran ads on Facebook and Instagram, and it worked good. But now you don't get your return is nasty. Like, it's almost like you spend thousands of dollars a month and just to break even. They don't show your stuff. The algorithm sucks. Like, it's just turned into a really bad platform, Instagram and Facebook, where they just want to get your money, and it's very saturated. What I learned recently is TikTok. It's like the new Instagram. So TikTok, there's a lot of grown-ups there now. Before, when it started, it was mostly kids, and that's why I didn't really want to get into it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stay on Instagram. But ever since I got on TikTok, I've been getting my reach to reach a lot of people has grown tremendously, and I've been getting really good results running ads, not even spending a lot of money. Running ads like $100 a day, $200 a day on certain posts that do really good, and it's been getting me out there, and I've been getting a lot of new people. I've been going live. Lives are really good. So run ads on TikTok. I'm gonna have a TikTok course on my academy, and you could also watch the replay of the mastermind. But I would put a lot of my money in TikTok, not Instagram and Facebook. Still do Facebook and Instagram just organically, like free, but don't spend money on that. Save that money for TikTok and use it on TikTok. It works really good. Just to give you an example, I've been doing lives, and I committed to doing 2 lives a day for 365 days in 2023. So I'm going to do about 700 lives this year, and I'm going to do that. And I go 1 hour, and sometimes I'll go 2 hours on a live. And why? Because it's doing really good. I did a live one time, I think last Sunday or something like that. I went live for 5 hours. And people are like, damn, that's crazy. Well, how are you live for 5 hours? I got 41 people to sign up for Driven Academy in 5 hours. And these are people that are subscribers that are going to keep that they're part of the academy, and it's great content. So I'm committing to having the best content on Driven Academy so that people stay on it, and it becomes a community where people are part of this community. And then because of my relationships, my resources that I've created, I bring people like Brad Lee. Brad Lee charges a lot of money to speak on stages. He's one of my best friends. I'm like, hey, Brad, come down. He'll fly in, be part of the mastermind, and I'm giving everybody that's part of this community a lot of access to all these people that I have access to, so that they can see, like, man, look at this. This is how Albert does it. I'm teaching everybody everything that I know. I don't believe in keeping secrets from people because I want everybody to win. And I'm an example of somebody that came from nothing can win. So that's what I want to show everybody here. But my point is, when you find something that works, double, triple down on it until it doesn't work. And that's what I've been doing with the lives, because I don't only get people to join the Driven Academy. That's just a plus. I get a lot of people that want to become customers. They want to buy a house. They want to refinance. They want to sell. And I get a bunch of leads, and that's called prospecting. Every day you got to prospect 5 hours for business, for new business. Because if you just focus on your current business, or if you just focus on referrals, you're going to be trapped to only receive that limited business. Face-to-face business, open houses, you go door knock, you go visit people face-to-face, you're limited. But if you get on social media, you reach the masses. And I have a mentor that is a billionaire. He's worth 4.3 billion. And he told me, Albert, if you want to be rich, focus on helping the rich. But if you want to become wealthy, focus on helping the masses. How do you get your product, Juan, to the masses? How do you get everybody to know your product? I'll give you an idea. You come to the masterminds, you meet Brad Lee, and you're like, hey, Brad, I'm going to give you my products for free. Mouthpiece, my wristband, and then Brad puts it on his story. Then Brad puts it on his post, something about it. You get into Brad Lee's podcast, and you talk about your product. Now you're reaching other people's audience, and that's what I got really good at doing, and I got introduced to more people. Give your product to all the celebrities. Focus on building celebrities that have a big following. I know a lot of them. Start with me. I'll help you promote it. I'll tell Brad, hey, Brad, I'll introduce you to Brad Lee. And then you see me. I don't know if you know Mr. Tempo, but Mr. Tempo is now a friend of mine. Do you know Mr. Tempo? Everybody knows Mr. Tempo. So Mr. Tempo is now my buddy. I met him through a relationship. And then now Mr. Tempo is texting me, sending me pictures, videos, wants to hang out, wants to, like, he's offering me, stay at my house here, stay at my house here. Hear this, I'm gonna introduce you to this person. He said banda, what's the banda that's really popular, Anthony? Grupo Firme. He's like, hey, you want Grupo Firme? I'll get Grupo Firme to go to your events and perform for free. That is when you're like, damn, you know what? You realize what's more important than money? Relationships. You burn your bridges with your relationships and you're fucked. Relationships are more important than money, because that leads to another relationship, that leads to another one and another one. So for you, invest your marketing in TikTok. You're gonna, and then right there, it's a younger audience too, so it's perfect for you. And then also have people with a following promote your product. Give it to them for free so that they promote it to their audience, and then it gets known. Because it's not how good your product is, it's not how experienced you are, it's who knows you, how many people know you. If people don't know you, then it doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter if you have the best product that nobody knows. So Does that make sense, Juan? I don't know if there's a follow-up question, but you want to add something to it?
And then you have to make sure that you know exactly who your audience is for your product, and obviously create content explaining exactly. You have to make it simple for people to understand of exactly what are the benefits of purchasing your products, right? And then that's when you start doing all the boosting of ads. Has to be simple, short, and sweet. And then you can target people on social media when you run your ads. So really, really important. But there's nothing better than getting like influencers. You know, you give them, you say, here you go, do this, do that, depending on their audience. And it's amazing what one post can do for a product. It's crazy. That's why if you notice, there's a lot of companies now, they just go to people that have certain niches depending on what type of product it is. You know, fitness people, fitness apparel, and they'll post it for a couple $100,000 posts. And then guess what? All the sales start coming in, and you give them codes so you can track all of that. So creating the content is important, but identifying your audience is also extremely important, because it doesn't matter if someone has 100,000 followers if your product doesn't service them. So a post would be good for nothing, rather than having someone that maybe has 20,000 followers and their audience is a better fit for your product. Really important.
That makes sense. Thank you, guys.
You're
I really
welcome.
appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Juan. So one thing that I do want to share is also that you got to be willing to invest money.
Yeah.
So you got to be really willing to invest money. So if you have a product, you got to spend money. Okay? So Juan, you might have to pay Bradley 50 grand. I'm not saying 50 grand is 50. It's going to have to be 50 grand. Maybe it's 15,000. Maybe it's 10,000. This is what I did and what worked for me. I went to Bradley and I was balling at the time. Like I had some money, but I had very little money, because even though I was making a couple million a year, maybe $1.5 million, I was spending more than $1.5 million because we were running a business. It was a startup business, and and our reserves were very limited. Yeah. And one time I went to an event. I went to an event, Growth Con, the 10X Growth Con, and Brad Lee was a speaker. That's where I met Brad Lee, and this is 2015, I think. I went there to the first Growth Con. And actually, it was 2015, 2016, because a year later, we started Driven. Mm-hmm. And Driven was 2017. So I went there, and I was really close to Grant Cardone. Me and Grant Cardone have a history. And Brad Lee was one of the speakers. So I saw Brad, and I'm like, I got to connect with this guy. I got to make a relationship with Brad Lee. Yeah. I stay in Brad Lee's house now. Bradley goes on vacations with us. Yeah. We fly private with Brad, and Brad is one of my best friends. Like, ask Brad. He's one of my top 3 best friends. Maybe my best friend. I don't know. But Brad, I wanted to meet him. And then I saw him at the elevator, and I started talking. I tried talking to him. And he kind of looked at me like this, like who the fuck is this fanboy? And then later on, I run into him again, because I had the most expensive ticket, so we had a yacht party. So I run back into him in the yacht party, and now he's like, man, this guy's something serious. If he's in the yacht party, he must be doing something well. So I connect with him. I'm in the right environment. I'm in the right events. I have the highest price ticket. And remember, the highest price ticket is going to get you in better relationships. So I run into him again. He's having a drink. I'm having a drink. I tell him, hey, Brad, I want to do something with you. I want to do some business with you. You're the owner of Lightspeed. I want to sign up for your services. I have no idea what his services are. I have no idea what he does. I just know that he's a badass. He's really close to Grant Cardone, and he is like famous. He is a celebrity. So I'm like, okay, and well connected. So I asked him that day, hey, Brad, when can I go see you? I want to sign up for your services. He gives me his cell phone. He tells me next weekend. Next weekend I show up. He told me Friday, actually. So he says, show up next Friday. So I said, okay. And I ended it like that. I didn't talk about it anymore. And next Friday, I fly in, show up to his office, 7 in the morning, because he told me 7. I get there 7 in the morning, and then he has me wait. Then I meet him, And then he gives me the tour of his office, blah, blah, blah. And I sit down, and his product, his most expensive product is $50,000. So I had a credit card, and I had a great idea. I'm like, I have this credit card. I'm going to spend my credit card. I'm going to use my credit card to enroll to his services. My credit card doesn't work. It's declined. And I don't know what happened with my credit card. I think they lowered my limit, or I don't know what happened. It didn't work. So I'm like, what do I do now? And I'm like, I can't do this. I'm going to look stupid. Brad's going to think I'm full of shit. So I know I have 50 grand in the debit card. That's my company's not credit card, my debit card, my checking account. It's my company's reserves. And I have 50 grand there, a little bit more, but just about 50 grand. I give him my debit card, process it, 50 grand, boom. I'm back at zero. I don't have any money for reserves, and I'm running a couple of companies. I have no reserve money, but I didn't want to be embarrassed. Brad swipes my credit card. He takes my 50 grand. Everything is great. We go to dinner. He drops me off at the airport, and we become buddies. I bought him. I bought Brad Lee. And by buying Brad Lee's friendship, it led me to more relationships, and it opened so many doors. And this is the thing. If you're not willing to take risks and put everything on the line sometimes, then you're never going to grow. You're always going to stay stuck. You're always going to stay little, and you're always going to think very little. You got to think big, and you got to believe in yourself. The reason why people are insecure of taking risks is because they don't believe in their ability to make new money tomorrow, to make new money in the next hour, to get new business, their ability to perform. So you got to take risks, and you got to be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to take this risk because I know I can recover that money tomorrow. I can make a sale. And that's the way to do it. You got to take risks. You got to invest. I invested 50 grand into Brad, and now look. Now, years later, I can afford a private jet. And I could be like, hey, Brad, let's fly private to Puerto Rico. On me, brother. I pay for it. You're in for free. And get him his nice presidential place in the hotel. Take him to the Virgin Islands and treat my buddy like that. Because it wasn't always like that. I started with a 50K investment, and that led to building an empire like we've built. And guess what? When COVID happened, recession, mini recession, guess what? It made me better. When this happened with the real estate industry and the mortgage industry, guess what happened? It made me better. You don't see me giving up my cars, giving up my watches, downgrading, cutting expenses, gaining weight, giving up. If anything, I am in the best shape of my life. I am the most energized of my life, and the future looks very, very bright, and I'm super pumped up, super excited, and we're just taking off right now.
Well, Brad did say that. Remember, I don't know if you remember this, because Albert's always like, I bought him. And I'm like, it's the truth. You know, people talk a big game until they actually have to back up their words with money. You know, because nobody wants to pick up the bill. Everybody wants to be the boss until you got to pick up that tab. You know, magically, everybody's in the bathroom or things like that, which is something I used to get on him for when I met him. I'm like, why do you always have to pay for everybody? I hate... My grandma calls them conchudos, like freeloaders. I hate freeloaders. Like, you don't have any money, don't order anything, you know? I learned that the hard way growing up super, super poor. But Brad says, yeah, that got you in the door with me. But if I wouldn't have liked you, like the person that you are and what you're about, obviously we wouldn't be friends. It wouldn't go past a business relationship, which a lot of people don't realize. And they think if you have a business relationship, you have to have a personal relationship. And that's actually not the case. Because like us, for example, there's a lot of people in the company. We do obviously care for everyone because we do screen people to actually allow them to be part of us. Make sure they're a good fit, because not everybody's like tough and, you know, built with thick skin. Most people in the world actually just in general are super sensitive. People are extremely sensitive. It's almost like you can't say anything anymore because everybody's feelings get hurt over everything. And in reality, like, everybody has their own opinions. If it doesn't apply to you, don't get offended, you know? But Brad did say that if he wouldn't have liked you, you guys wouldn't be like friends, which is so true, because having a business relationship, you know, that doesn't mean that you're going to get to come to our house or, you know, things like that, because people change, situations change, and there's a lot of fucked up people in the world.
Yeah, and you know, Brad now stays at our house in Bel Air. He stayed at our house in Beverly Hills.
Our kids are friends.
Our kids are friends.
Yeah.
Now we go to Disneyland VIP, $5,000 for VIP. Plus, you got to buy 10 tickets. So it's different levels in life, but you got to start where you're at.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this and you're like, man,
Takes time.
but you guys have it easy. You guys have all this help. You guys have all this. We started, you know, I only had barely enough money to pay Brad those $50K, and guys, like, remember, when you get to a certain level, like, you call the shots. Like, and I remember, like, when we did our first driven, they were telling us, you guys are going over 1 hour. You guys are going over 1 hour. I said, bill me. They said, oh, it's going to be X amount of money if you guys are take an extra hour, 2 hours. I said, bill me. And you control
we'll handle it later.
You control it. You focus on things you could control. You can't control on the economy, but you could control your actions that you take. And right now, if you are not where you want to be, then you just got to increase your levels of action. You got to do more. When you're tired, you got to keep going. When you feel like giving up, you got to continue. Because a quitter one time is going to be a quitter for life. When you quit, when it gets hard, every time it gets hard, you're going to quit. And remember, people, the greats, they become great in tough times. When times get tougher, it brings the best out of them. It brings a new you. So if you're like, why can't times be easier? Why can't it be easier like it was last year? Why can't it be like that? Well, that only makes weak people. Okay, if you want to be great, then you should be happy that we're going through a change, that it's different times, the economy, recessions. Recessions are the greatest times for people to take over. So recessions, I love recessions. That's why I'm so excited. I love recession. I've been waiting for this recession for 5 years. Ask Steph. She's watching this. I've been asking her, we're going on a recession. We're going on our recession. Because even though I wasn't quite ready, I wanted it to happen because I wanted it to bring the best out of me. I wanted to see how many fakers were going to fall down and get squashed, and I was going to take over and kick their ass. And you know what? Recession was nice to me. It waited. It gave me time to grow. It gave me time to mature. It gave me time to be in a different level of thinking, and it happened now. And this is the best time ever that I could have hoped and prayed and asked God, please bring me a recession in 2023, because this is the best time. I'm more ready than ever, and you guys can see it. When other people that hate me, that are jealous of me, that are envious of me, are giving up, gaining weight, quitting, slowing down, putting their heads down, watery eyes, no motivation, no security, they don't even believe in what they're saying. You see an Albert that is more confident than ever. You can see it in my eyes. I am ready to conquer the world, and nothing is going to stop me, and nothing is going to stop our company, any member of our company, because I am going to lead them to the victory line, and nobody is going to get in our way. Nobody. I am ready to crush all of you and to show you who the real daddy is. So, guys, I'm really pumped up. Let me know if you guys have any questions, if you guys need any help. We are going over communication in business and personal life. I just got excited because I saw you. So let me see your teeth. We have something right there. So guys, details are important. Remember?
Where?
You have like a piece of frijol right there, something like a bean.
I don't
know.
know.
So guys, questions about business communication. Let us know. Do we have a question there, Anthony, Steph? I know you guys are asking questions. Maybe it's a question from Steph, but give me some questions. Who's next, Anthony?
I have a list of tips for better communication. Do you guys want to go over that?
I mean, pick one, but I need a question. Maybe ask me a question from there.
Okay.
I see Jonathan engaged. Does he have a question?
Jonathan, let's go with Jonathan, and then we'll bring up one last one, and then we're gonna wrap this one up because we have top performers today, and it's gonna be very fun today. I have a special guest that's gonna be partying with us. What's up, Jonathan? Unmute yourself, please.
Hi.
You're on mute.
There we go. Got it?
Hello.
Yeah.
How are you?
Hi. Doing good. Good afternoon, guys.
Good
Hey, hi.
afternoon.
Hi.
Hey, what's up, little one?
Yeah, hi. He's been slapping me around the whole time. So I wanted to ask. I've been listening to a lot of your stuff on the academy.
Yeah.
I reached basically a point where I needed to make some changes on what I'm doing with my garage door company. And right now, I don't know if I got as I say, but I'm trying to update my website and my social and basically just about everything that has to do with exposing my company online.
Okay.
And I'm getting charged, I believe it's $2,500. They're gonna redo my whole page. So basically, right now my page. Hold on, Papa. Hold on. Right now my page. I gave you a lot of page views through Yelp, but I don't know how to convert that into actual
Sales.
Actual sales, correct. Because I see them coming in. I just don't know how to transfer them over to be like, all right, now I got to contact with them, you know? So I'm paying $2,500 to update all this stuff. They're going to take care of my social media as well, where they'll be posting stuff daily as long as I send them pictures. And basically, I have them for a lifetime, they said, of backup and support for just about any changes or anything I need to do to my website. That was actually, I was wondering if that was a good decision I made. Because from what I hear, one of the main things is I got to be known and I got to expose myself. So
Yeah.
That was one of the main things that led me into actually throwing more money into the marketing side of the business.
Let me ask you a question. Is this $2,500 a month?
No, that's it. That's the lifetime that's for the actually 6 months of backup from them basically. But they'll redo my whole websites and link on my site, all of my social media to my website.
So $2,500 for 6 months. After 6 months, it's done.
Yeah.
Okay, so
or at least a backup.
A couple of things. If they're charging you $2,500 for 6 months, the quality is not going to be the best. Like they're not going to give you the best. They're not going to be the best. So what you have to do. The good thing is that it's only for 6 months. It's a one-time fee. You paid it, but remember, content is you. Like you are the one with the vision, with the ideas. It's your business. So the content is going to come from you. And all my content is like, I see it, I type it up, I post it, I promote it, and that's going to be the best content. Because remember, if they type something up for you, if you send them a picture, they might type in something like, it takes hard work to be great. Cool, but there's nothing impressive about that. Like, you are going to have a message that's going to get into people's heart, that's going to get into people, that people are going to get inspired by it, that people are going to be interested in, because you're the brains of your business. So it's very important for your content to come from you. All my content comes from me. So whenever I'm doing like Driven Couples, whenever I'm doing the trainings, whenever I'm doing events, whenever I speak on stage, we get clips from that, and we get the highlights. I type up the message. So make sure that you don't delegate that too much.
Completely.
Where it's not coming from you directly, where the message is not coming from you and the message is coming from somebody else. You got to make sure that the message is coming from you. And also lives. Do lives right now, because lives are free. If you do lives the right way. Call on people. Be direct. Be like, hey, Jonathan, call people their name. Look at them in the eyes and sell them. Talk to them. Get their attention. Make them smile. Make them feel good. And when you do a live, make sure you're live on a lot of different platforms at once so you maximize it. Go live on TikTok. Go live on Instagram. Go live on Facebook. Go live on YouTube. Go live on all of them, so that people can see you and you get a hold of more and more and more people. But that's what I would do. Yeah.
I was gonna say that was one of the biggest reasons why I actually decided to go with them as well, because they were gonna help me do basically whatever. I don't have YouTube or TikTok and Twitter, so they're gonna help me do all those social media. And I was thinking about doing exactly that, where, I go, right now I'm just posting regular pictures, but my goal was to start posting videos and then ultimately start going on lives as I build, a little bit more of my face out there. But the main thing that I did really good was post my face the first day of the year. And that was from the videos that I seen that I had to do.
Yeah.
And really important, I feel, obviously people don't need new garage doors a lot in their lifetime, right? So, right. So, important to put, I feel like I personally love before and after photos. You know, like I really, really do. And like, what's different about your company? Or is it just like every other garage door companies, you know? So that's kind of like an important part that you need to talk to these guys and make sure that they understand that. And I think the website, revamping it, is a great move because people are going to look you up. Do you have like a place where people review you right now, like Yelp or something?
So I'm 63 5-star reviews on Yelp, and then I believe Google probably has like 9
Yeah.
5 stars. But I'm really dedicated, and I'm really proud of what I do. Like I said, last year it was kind of like a learning experience for me because I could do the work, but the office part is a whole different game, right? So that's why I did. Now that I'm watching all your stuff, I'm starting to learn that hey, I need a team.
Yeah.
It's only one of me. Even though I do the work and I'm good at what I do, it's only one of me. And I convinced my dad to help me this first month, man, and I kicked the ass out of January already, dude. So I'm happy.
That's awesome, brother. And look, let's do this. You're part of the academy. So am I going to see you January 21st or not?
I want to make it. I really do. And I'm going to do my best to make it.
Yeah. Is that a yes or a no?
I'll just say yeah, man.
All right.
I'll say yes.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear. Yes. Okay. So look.
No, maybe just a straight yes.
Send me a DM me like your garage door and like just give me more details about your business. Let me think about it, sleep on it, and I'll give you some powerful advice because you need to know where your customers are. So who's gonna need garage doors? Homeowners, people that own their homes are gonna need it. So we gotta target.
Sorry to cut you off, brother. So the goal this year is to aim for people that run through homes more than a regular homeowner, and that's my realtors, my house flippers, and just about construction guys.
Got it. That's
I'm listening to you.
That's a good start. So send me more details. DM me like the details. Let me look at it, and then I'll give you better advice. And remember, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, it's very easy to create an account. Like you could do it. You don't need somebody to do it for you, but if they're helping you, they could help you. But it's very easy to start it. And remember the same name. The trick. Yeah, have the same name on all of them. Mm-hmm. And this is all inside my Driven Academy, by the way. Go through all the courses. Go through my Instagram course, my marketing course, but same name on all of them so that it's easy for people to find you. And also remember, social media. You cannot just focus on garage doors, not just business. Kind of like realtors, loan officers. Stop talking just about mortgage and real estate. You got to keep people entertained. So what you're going to do is 4 posts. One is going to be on the garage doors, your business. That's one. But the second one is going to be lifestyle. The third one is going to be family. People like family. The fourth one could be a story of something that happened to you, a failure, a success story, and that keeps people engaged. And then also stories. Make sure you're active on your stories because people like to follow you and see what you do. And people like to know that, hey, you're just like me. You're normal. You're human. You're just like me. So that's the way to do your social media. Keep it entertaining, not just on what you do, but everything. Make sense?
Yes, sir, it does. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, guys. You're welcome. So thank you, guys. We're gonna wrap up, right?
I mean,
you want to go the
let's just
okay.
go
So we're gonna get one last question. One last question, guys. Pick on somebody, Steph, Anthony. And by the way, Steph, your baby has to come pretty soon because we do have the mastermind on the 21st.
Steph said she has it all under control. A ver. We'll find out.
Still has little faith in me.
No, I don't have little faith in you.
He has to come out soon. I want to evict him already. But if I have to choose somebody right now, let's go with Monica.
Monica.
I think she's at work.
She's at work, Monica? Well, just take a little break.
Look in the chat. Are there any? No? We could just close it out with something
let's pick on somebody else, Anthony.
Ana Hernandez.
Ana Hernandez. You there, Ana?
You have a question, Ana?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Anna.
Awesome. You want to turn the video so we can see your beautiful face?
Oh my goodness, I'm not ready. Sorry, I'm not camera.
You gotta stay ready.
Any questions
there you go.
might have?
No, I don't have any questions at the moment. I kind of missed the beginning of the workshop. And I mean, not the workshop, the beginning of this Zoom.
Yeah, we're talking about communication, like communicating with your spouse, with your boyfriend, with your husband. So like we're just giving tips on how you communicate with your significant other in business and in personal life.
Awesome. Not the moment. I don't have any questions, but I will be there January 21st.
Oh, we'll see you then.
Awesome. Well, at least we got to see you and meet you before we meet you.
Yeah, before we meet you.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome, Anna. You're welcome, Anna. Anthony, you had a quick list right there. Give me a question from the list.
Okay, let's see. Well, it's a list of tips for better communication.
Give me the one that you like, and we'll elaborate on that.
My favorite one here is avoid interrupting and allow the other person to finish speaking.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'll give one thing that I reminded myself that I just remembered right now, and then you add to it. So, but one thing is like when you're doing podcasts, guys, I'm gonna give you a tip. When you're doing a podcast, you're interviewing somebody. The trick is, and I've done many of them, so I got very good at it. When you do a podcast, when you are interviewing somebody, let them talk. Don't interrupt. You got to let them talk. And if they go on the rants and they talk for 10 minutes, you did a great job. When you interview somebody, you got to let them talk. I see a lot of people that they'll give 3 questions in one. It's one question at a time, and you let the people talk, you listen to them. So like if I ask Syl a question, I'm going to let her talk. And if she goes 10 minutes, perfect. And then sometimes you're going to run into people that are not the best, and you're going to ask them a question, and they're going to give you a straight answer like this. Boom. They're going to give you like a sentence back. Or they're going to be like, yes, no, and short. When that happens, you got to be ready for it. But when you communicate in the podcast, in an interview, when you're getting mentorship, when you're getting coaching, you want to ask questions and you want to listen until they're finished. Do not interrupt. Let them finish. And once they're finished, you look at them and they're going to stop.
Okay.
Yeah, your turn. I'm showing you the exercise.
Yeah, that was not the best example. Ignore him. But yeah, obviously a lot of people talk a lot. So there are people that don't know when to shut up, actually. So if you are interviewing someone, you want to ask good questions so that they can give you great answers. And hopefully it's not very short, so the podcast has a good flow to it. But communication, you need 2 people to communicate, and you have to keep the line open. Communication is a big missing in the world, so getting good at it is important. And a lot of the times it's just being honest with each other, or again, like he said, knowing how to hold a conversation and making it a 2-way conversation.
What about you? How you communicate? Text messages, voice notes, video messages, phone calls? Because you've learned a lot. Like before, you used to just communicate text messages. It was bad.
Well, I do both. I do whatever I can.
When do you pick up the phone? When do you send voice notes versus text messages, emails? Can you talk about that really quick? Because I want to learn from you.
Well, it just depends. It depends on what the goal, what you're trying to accomplish. Sometimes, a simple message should be sufficient. What I always tell my team is you call, you text, lastly you email. Because if you're that person that's sitting there emailing people all day, yeah, you always have to leave a voicemail. Because if you didn't leave a voicemail, you didn't call. So being that person that sends out emails and I didn't get a response all day. Well, did you call? Did you text? No. Okay. Well, you got to use all means of communication, because you don't know if that person is in a meeting or whatnot. So it's really important to know that you have to call is the best. Text is second best. And actually people reply to text messages much more now. But I like to always call if I need a quick answer. Text, email. And if you call and they don't pick up, you leave a voicemail. That way when people say you didn't call, you say, have you checked your voicemails today? Because most people are not good at being responsive. And you have to be on top of your game, your stuff, your day. You have to run your day. You can't let your day run you. So me personally, I like to just call and be like, hey, rather than waiting an hour, 2 hours, all day for something that you can get handled if you simply pick up the phone. I don't know why people don't like to pick up the phone. It's kind of weird.
Because it's confrontation. People don't like to confront.
I don't mind.
People like to hide under a text message. People don't like to call people on their shit. Be blunt, be real, like Albert.
Yeah.
So guys, thank you for being on this show. It's episode 12, right? Yes. Episode 12. We have top producers. Now it's time to have a little bit of fun, a little bit of a drink, a little bit of a, you know.
Albert's hyper today.
So we're gonna. Hey, you know I've been going fucking hard, and I had 2 days that I slept 4 hours, and I had like 5 long meetings, recordings.
This week was long.
And I just needed a few extra hours to recharge, and that's what I did, and I'm good. And yesterday I couldn't do a live in the night because I took you to your spa, right? So then what did I do? I did 2 hours and 10 minutes this morning on the live.
Yeah, to make up
for it. So remember, guys, look, I'm gonna end it with this. Have your power schedule, but remember, non-negotiables in your power schedule. If you make a mistake, if you fuck up, don't beat yourself up. Tomorrow, make up for it. Make up for it. Make up for it. If you didn't work out yesterday, work out extra hard the next day, and maybe work out on Saturday and Sunday to make up for it. Okay? If you didn't do an open house, if you didn't make enough calls, if you didn't prospect for 5 hours like you should every day you should prospect 5 hours. Meaning prospecting means getting new business, getting new clients, opening new deals, 5 hours a day minimum. If you didn't do that yesterday, then maybe the next day you got to do 10 hours of prospecting. Maybe you got to make it up. So remember, if you fell down, get back up. Don't make little bitch excuses and make up for it. So guys, don't beat yourself up. If you're not where you want to be right now, start working on it right now and make up for whatever shit you didn't do to start off the year, and make sure that you close January strong. You still have a lot of days in this month to have the best month, the best start for the year. So having said that, guys, thank you. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Next week is in Spanish, and go kill it. Go make money.
Bye, guys.